Hey everybody! So for those of you who haven't seen either of my first two vlogs, my name is Lauren and I am president of the University of Winnipeg Students Association. So this week I'm going to be talking to you about two major things. Number one, Snow Week, which starts next week, and student debt, because I think as one of the main issues we're going to be discussing for the National Day of Action on February 1st, I just want to make sure you have more details around it and you can relate more to it, as I'm sure you can. So number one, Snow Week. I have this. So Snow Week is going to be starting next Monday, and it's going to be starting 8 a.m. free pancakes in the Bowman Student Center, and we're turning it into a snow lodge like we've done in past years. And it's going to be awesome. There's going to be a beverage tent for those of you who are a fan of that type of thing. There's going to be bands. There's going to be a comedy group. We're bringing Crumbs. So it's going to be lots of fun, and it'll be a chance for you to kind of get away from the classes and get away from, hopefully you still go to classes, but get away from kind of the cold and hang out with your friends and have a really great time. So like I said, free pancakes, 8 a.m. every single morning next week. Over the lunch hour, there's going to be free soup and bannock. There will also be, coffee and stuff like that as well as the beverages. But now I'm going to quickly move away from the topic of Snow Week and talk about student debt. So I'll throw some stats out there for you first in case you don't know them. Average student debt in Manitoba is $19,000. Average student, that's on graduation. Average student debt nationally, so across the entire country, is $37,000. And student debt rises by about $440 million every single year. And by next year, student debt in Canada will reach a $15 billion ceiling, which it was a ceiling. It was put in place that by the federal government that said, once we get to that point, we're going to have to address student debt. And we are going to get to that point, but the federal government said that they were going to lift that cap and then have discussions about it afterwards. So ultimately, student debt can just keep rising, which I don't even know where to go from there. Like, it's a scary thing to talk about debt, and no one likes to do it, but it can't be a dirty word, and we need to have this conversation, and you need to talk to your friends and ask them how much debt they're in, and tell them how much debt you're in, and we need to talk about this, and it needs to be out there so that we all are aware of the fact that how much everyone is affected by it. So on February 1st, come out, protest with us, get our governments to really seriously do something about student debt in our province and nationally. And that'll be February 1st, week after next week, of course, is Snow Week, like I mentioned. And so if I don't see you next week for a beer or some soup or pancakes, whatever time of day you come by, I hope to see you at the National Day of Action on February 1st. And if you have any questions, feel free to stop me in the halls at the University of Winnipeg, or send me an email, or check me out on Facebook, as well as all of our events. So I hope to see you soon. Thanks.